I'm happy burning everything down to the ground.
Why not? And that's what we're here today doing.
And that's what
today we're burning everything down to the ground.
Burn it down.
Burn it down. I'm burning it down. We are going to Hindenburg this podcast. You're here. There's a lot.
Hindenburg? I don't know that reference.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that there was a balloon. It was like a blimp, and it burned down to the ground, and that's like the horror. Okay. Like the 20. I don't know what but it burned and it crashed.
Got it.
And everybody's talking about it, and that's
recent.
No.
Oh, okay.
But that's our podcast. It's not gonna be. Everyone's gonna be talking about it.
Right. Maybe not tomorrow, but
100 years from now, people are gonna kind of know what it was about.
This is
but
our
still
legacy.
Not really.
This right here.
This is a Hindenburg.
Even once we're gone, this is here.
This final comedian performs all over New York City. You may have seen him on the Maury Povich Show.
A man named Troy. Bruce, we got my man Troy Bond here. He's from Connecticut.
Defendant Troy Bond.
This guy on the Body Podcast. Everybody right now for Troy Bond, everybody!
I think we should say welcome to Bonnie with Troy Bond and Troy Cole. You know, this is,
Welcome. Okay. Here we go. Well, that's how we'll do it. Welcome to Bonding with Troy Bond. And today, our co-host on the show, I'm your host, Troy Bond. But with me, for the first time, popping the cherry on the show, it's Troy Cole. Victim recently of mail fraud.
Yes. That is how we want to set this up. You know what? I'll be the lovable loser. It's fine in this.
The lovable loser.
Lovable
that's
loser.
what you consider yourself as.
No,
that's what you were told that you are.
My persona on
if you had
stage.
to persona yourself, it would be lovable
That was a great
loser.
setup, though. That was beautiful.
That was a good one.
You did a nice job.
It just came right out. That second cup of coffee is hitting, so I got about 30 minutes before the IBS kicks in.
Ooh,
Perfect
exciting.
to be answering questions.
Exciting.
And because you're here today, it's your first day on the job.
First day on the job.
We're going to get to know each other.
Yes.
We're going to do some icebreakers.
We are.
You wrote some questions.
I wrote some questions.
I got
you wrote some questions. So I think we should start with the questions that I've written for you.
We haven't looked at these.
Yes, we have not looked at the questions yet.
Okay. So you wrote. All right, here we go. Favorite way to bond?
Right, because that's welcome to bonding.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a really fun way to kick these off with our guests or whatever.
Yeah. Now, when you say favorite way to bond, I need some...
You're going to love the last question, too. It's going to bring it full circle.
That's a great way to start the segment.
Sorry.
You're really going to love this when we get to the end.
Sorry, no, but you're going to like... I think I've done a nice job with setting it up and then I'm putting a bow on it.
Oh, you're talking bookends.
Bookends. I got bookends.
Okay.
My answer for that is I feel like the times when I've bonded people with people the most is when I'm drinking with them, which is a horrible answer, but that's just the truth.
No, that's a much better answer than mine.
Sorry, not to guide you.
Drinking is a great way to... Okay, so here's the thing. Would you rather be at a bar sitting and getting... Because I personally hate to get to know somebody at a bar.
Okay.
Or bond with them.
Fair.
I hate talking over music. I hate touching a counter that's going to be sticky every time I put my arms down on it. I hate... Because, I can't focus. This works because there's nobody else in here with us and I'm not eavesdropping. But if I'm in a bar, I will be shaking my head and listening to you and also hearing this girl two tables over break up with a guy.
Right.
I'm so... You I feel like are good at that because you thrive in that kind of environment. You work the door at Broadway a lot and you handle it really well. And you're a good host because you're good at keeping a bunch of different things in your head. And you ask really good questions because you're a great listener.
Thank you.
Unlike me, who just takes one thing and runs and rants with it.
You still haven't answered the question.
My favorite way to bond. Okay, so if I was going to mirror it in your scenario, your version of bonding would be getting at a bar and drinking with people, right?
Not at a bar specifically,
just
but
drinking. Sharing drinks with somebody.
The times when I've gotten really close to someone.
Yeah.
Or like quickly gotten to know them.
Right.
So.
You see, I love drinking.
Not to make this all about drink.
I know, but I also...
Troy Bond and Troy Cole.
Yeah, we could keep renaming this podcast continuously. I love drinking, but my version of that was going to be I love weed, obviously.
Okay.
I have a lot of chronic pain. I also weed makes food taste delicious and music sound awesome. Yeah. But like most of the comics that I've been friends with over the years I have like 10 relationships that are living on just weed alone because when they're done with the set, you're like, hey, you want to go outside and smoke? And like, we'll smoke and I'll catch up with them for 10 minutes and I'll see them again in 3 months.
Right.
You know, but like, so it's really like once a week I get to see these rare, it's like every few weeks including every week, I see a new animal that I don't get to generally see. I kind of botched the landing on that metaphor, but that's because I'm smoking all this weed with these strange comics. Yeah.
And you're bonding with me.
I'm bonding with you.
And so to put a bow on the question that you've answered is that you bond with weed. And I bond with alcohol.
With alcohol.
And we are just doing great.
Drinkers and smokers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I have my water because I didn't drink any today. You have your question now. Okay. Yes, this is the question I wrote for you.
What eating disorder would you wish on your worst enemy? I answered this in my head earlier because I cheated when I looked at this, and it's obviously bulimia because bulimia is gnarly. I have thrown up a lot of times from all the drinking that I do, and it is just never fun to throw up. And so if I were to wish an eating disorder, are you saying what type of eating disorder, or do I have to pick my worst enemy to give an eating disorder?
No, I didn't ask for your worst enemy.
Yeah, which
just
one?
To pick. Yeah.
What eating disorder? Yeah, bulimia.
Yeah, bulimia. That's a gnarly. That's a rough one.
It's either anorexia or bulimia, right? I have two to pick from.
Yeah.
That's it. Right. Or laxatives. People lean on those.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
That honestly though, that's a good relief. I believe that like if they did that, then they're probably just like.
Well, bulimia and laxatives are two different ends of the body.
But I think bulimia is worse. And if I were to wish, that's my answer, and I feel good about that. Bulimia is pretty
terrible. I'm probably gonna get canceled for that question already. But I really wanted to lean into it.
I cancel myself on stage every night.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
No, it's true. It works though. I was just curious. I don't know why that was the first question that came to my mind, but bulimia, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never able to get to bulimia. I think I've been anorexic at times when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I had bad body image. I still do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really struggle with it.
Well, let's talk about it. What do you bond over? Our eating disorders. What are you, a two-finger gal? Because sometimes I'll just stick the whole fist in.
It's a toothbrush, actually.
Toothbrush.
I will admit, like, I've made myself throw up before.
Me too, but that's because I was trying to get out of workouts at Friday.
Oh, okay.
But then I realized you could get the same job done by mixing up a bunch of gross ingredients in the fridge, putting it in a blender, and then keeping it in a bottle. I used to do that all the time at school. Bring it to school. It looked like I puked. Yeah, I was good. I used to have your job, kid. I was good at it.
You would just be like, I puked.
Yeah, I would go. We got to play the long game. I'd go into school being like, I don't feel well. I'd go to sleep a couple of times during first period. And I'm like, I go to the nurse. I go see the nurse, and the nurse is like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. I just feel really. And there's nothing they could do for a stomach ache. So I've already planted the first 2 seeds already. I have a track record of being sick all day, and the nurse has seen me. Then like around 5th or 6th period, middle of the day, right after lunch, because they'd always say, "We'll eat lunch and then come back." I would eat lunch. I would after lunch. You'd have like a 15-minute recess, like in a study hall, to like read and calm down. And then that's at that time when I would go to the bathroom. Bottle? I'd bring a thermos. It was an Alf thermos, and I'd bring it, and it was from this morning's back of the fridge, and it's been sitting in my thermos all day, all congealed. The ingredients have blended together, and then just dump it all around the toilet seat.
You're kidding?
Nope. And I was very cautious of it too, so it didn't get on the sides or anything else, because I didn't want the janitor to have to clean it. But I would leave it there.
Like, look.
Every time. Every time.
How many times did you do that?
Enough times to where I got.
That's wild.
Yeah. I hated school.
I did too, but I never even thought to blend up food and put it on a toilet seat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to work smarter, not harder. Because the couple of times I did make myself throw up, I really hated the feeling of it.
Yeah, that's why I would wish it on my worst enemy.
Yes. Perfect. To put a bow on it.
Back to the questions.
Next question.
We could talk about...
We're killing it. We hit a second wind in this episode. I don't know when it happened, but it's really
it is.
20 minutes in, it feels like it's been 3.
Yeah. No, I was about to tell you about things I would do to my sister as a little kid, but I don't want to ruin our flow.
That's a whole other... Well,
it was like a smart tactic.
Things you do to your sister.
As a little kid, I would put her toothbrush in the toilet when I was mad at her.
What? That is a war crime. I didn't think you were going to admit to that.
Yeah, no, she knows. She knows about it. So if she's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, whenever I was mad at her, I would go into the bathroom and I would take her toothbrush and I would run it in the... And one time I'll never forget this. I have a psycho memory. So like everything is in here, but I have
psycho behavior.
I'm a psycho. I'm crazy. No, I do have a memory, and I'll never forget it.
Oh my God.
One time we would share a bathroom, and one night she was brushing her teeth, and I just started laughing because I had done that to her, and she was why are you laughing? I go, no reason. And I just remember it so vividly. It was like this, there was like this release of like, you bitch. And she didn't know. But I was so happy because I could move on from whatever she had done to me.
4 out of 5 dentists will recommend they cremate your body if you ever cross me again for that Colgate.
Anyways, that was coming up to mind when you were doing your evil genius. I had my own evil genius. But back to the questions.
My brother and I definitely had some evil back and forths growing up, but that's the right when you have siblings.
I was gonna say there's so much sibling content that I haven't talked about on stage that I need to get out, but I haven't found a way to do it yet.
Yeah, just talking about it just helps. Like sometimes I'll just start telling stories, and then like I've been telling that autism story the last couple of weeks, and it's really crafted into a good bit.
You've really been pushing it, and I honestly
know.
I don't know if I went up on stage after you one night, and I think I was like, "Wow, he's really not letting that one go," or I said something like that. But I have been thinking every night I see you on the 11 o'clock being like, I called this girl.
Yeah. It's my therapy.
Yeah. But it's fun to watch you do new stuff. So it's good. But anyways, okay. What's your next question?
Well, there goes the bow we had. Back to the questions.
Was there a bow that you were going to tie?
We had a bow that
tied it.
We tied it and then, but it's okay.
And then I riffed.
We're good. We're back on the rails. We're good. You mentioned.
Oh.
Yes, I like this already. By the way,
I
was like, how bad could your handwriting be?
It's
but
horrible.
It really is terrible. I feel like
it's
this
so
is
bad.
I could get Xanax with this if I go into a pharmacy. You mentioned once you never had sushi. That's true. I've never had sushi. What's another basic thing you have never done? I've never had a hug with my father.
Really? This just got so sad.
Yeah, how does this feel? I've never had sushi. Never got hugged by my dad.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know my father.
That's like a Nemo. He's like, I never knew my father.
I never knew my father. No, what's another basic thing I never did? Well, up until recently, it was flying. I only flew once.
I actually thought of that when I wrote that. I was like, you're going to say flying, but you've flown.
I still haven't had sushi.
Okay.
Next question. Sorry, I'm supposed to read these as I'm saying them out loud, but I just realized we have similar questions. Have you ever had your heart broken? That sucks. How did your first heartbreak change you?
I guess I assumptively thought you have had your heart broken.
Have I ever had my heart broken? Yes. I'm a red-blooded man with 2 ears and a brain. I've had it broken.
Some people haven't. I don't know.
I have had it broken. How did my first heartbreak change me? My first heartbreak came when I was 17 in high school. I was dating this girl, a foreign exchange student. So I knew right off the bat that there was an expiration date, which I think kind of led me to lean into it a little bit more because I knew it wasn't going to last forever. I'm not going to say her name. But I would go hang out in like this art room at the end of the day, last period, and the art teacher would always let me. That's actually where I got this from. This was from the art room in my high school. Dr. K, shout out Dr. K, gave me the Dwight Eisenhower bust. If you're a watcher, if you're listening in the car or in your cubicle, you can see us on youtube.com. But anyway, fell in love with this foreign exchange student. Now it's looking at you. And we fell hard. That was when Justin Timberlake's 2020 Experience album came out, and that song Mirrors. We'd listen to it all the time and play it back and forth. We'd write each other little love letters. And
that's adorable.
She's the first person I ever told I love you to. She told me she loved me in French. I forgot how to say it.
She's from France?
Yeah, she's
from
from
in France now?
Dunkirk. Yeah.
Okay.
Had my heart. We were in love. We used to hang out, go to the gym together. We were in school. I did community theater. She did some of the plays. Never got to say goodbye.
That's so sad.
Yeah, she ghosted me right before she left.
Because she was too sad to say goodbye?
Yeah, and then she just left.
That's so sad.
And it taught me bitches ain't shit. That's how it changed me. That's where, yeah.
Okay.
Look at me now, a tough, beaming glimmer of masculinity.
You're so quick to be like, oh, I was young, like I didn't know any better, whatever, haha, what a joke. And then it's like, no, it actually like, it really affects you.
It really affects you. It frames you.
And like I think that like a part of my innocence was gone. Like after I lost that, like
100%.
I've never loved anyone the way I loved my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's like fat and lives in Baltimore and like is like 4 feet tall. Like if I met him today, I'd be like, you're a joke. But there's a part of my heart that is forever
that's not shallow anymore.
Embedded in him.
Right.
And it's
of course.
And it's crazy. No one talks about it, but there's something where like your first love is always going to be your most intense, and I think it's really sad when you realize like that's you're never going to feel that again.
Well, that wasn't my first love. That was just
whatever.
My first heartbreak. My first love was in Catholic school. I was in second grade. Father O'Malley. Which was getting railed. I was the only kid that didn't have communion, so I had to sit in the corner while the other kids did their thing, and that was my first love. He taught me the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
You were in love with the pastor?
It was making a joke about how I got molested, but didn't translate. Didn't work on stage last night.
Molested, did you?
I did.
Really?
Yeah, but not in Catholic school. I haven't had a karate tournament when I was a kid.
Oh, God.
Was that the last question?
No.
Wait, it's your turn, though.
Okay. We really just glossed over you being molested, but that's... for another time. Thank God we're in this for a while.
It's good. We're locked in.
Just
like I was in that bathroom when I got molested. That's a bow, baby. That's what we call a callback.
That's a bow. If you and 5 of your closest friends could go on vacation anywhere in the world, but you also had to bring O.J. Simpson, would you still go, and where? Yeah, obviously. You
and your friends.
And OJ?
And OJ.
Fine.
Hanging out. Yeah.
I go to the Maldives with my friends.
Where's
and OJ.
that?
The Maldives?
Yeah.
It's like an island somewhere.
You would go to an island. You're not really sure where it is with OJ Simpson.
I think he'd be on his best behavior given what he's, the lens that he's under.
I don't know about that.
I think we'd be safe.
Or
there's 5 of us and 1 of him. Like, we could take him.
I don't know. Man ran 400 yards.
I still feel confident in my answer. I would still go on vacation anywhere in the world.
You would go on vacation with O.J. Simpson and your 5 friends.
Put him in the corner, like be like, "Hey, O.J., we're gonna be over here." Like,
no, he's got to be part of everything. You go on roller coasters together. You got to sit next to him and get the photo with your arms up in the air.
I'd be really intrigued by him. I don't think he'd kill us. I'd be. I think I'd be like, yeah.
That's probably what Nicole Brown said when they were leaving the house. OJ's mad. What's he going to do? Kill us? We're fine. Come on, Ron. Let's go.
I don't think he'd kill us.
I hope not.
That's why I would still go.
It's a fair bet. Look, I would go. I would have OJ on the podcast.
Thank you. So then don't demonize me for being like,
I'm not demonizing. I'm being curious.
In the Maldives.
I'm asking you to explain yourself.
No, I would be down.
You would go on a vacation with OJ to the Maldives.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's all I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
What is a song you know every word to, aside from every Michael Jackson song? That's rough. I know a lot of words to a lot of songs. I'm the son of a DJ, you know?
Your dad was a DJ and
a wrestler and a karate instructor. That's a hard one. I know a lot of songs.
You know all the songs.
I know a lot of songs. I'm trying to think of one that would...
What's your favorite that you're like, when they put it on, you're like, I gotta sing every fucking word, and everybody would like pipe down.
I've been listening to a lot of Black Sabbath lately. I love Black Sabbath. I loved it when I was a kid, and I started listening to them again.
Sounds dark.
Yeah. War Pigs I've been listening to a lot.
Okay.
I remember it's like a 7-minute song.
You know every word?
General gathered in the masses. It's good. Reminds me, I watch Ukraine footage at the gym. And I'll hear that. I mean, I don't go out of my way to watch the Ukraine footage, but it's on the news.
Right. And then
when I'm on the elliptical, it'll come on the
elliptical?
shuffle.
You're an elliptical guy?
I'm an elliptical guy. Ooh. I can't run. I'm a bad runner. When I was a kid, my mom used to make fun of the way I ran, so it always got in my head.
I make fun of the way you walk, so it's fine.
Not to my face. What?
I've said that to you.
I get fun of for my walk all the time, too.
It's a funny walk.
Funny how? What's so funny about my walk?
We've talked about your walk.
I walk on my toes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
I'm not proportioned correctly. I'll say that.
No, let's not go into our body issues yet.
We did already. Or at least our eating ones.
All the things. All right.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath, War Pigs. That's the answer I'll give. All of it.
You know all of it.
All of it.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Let the Beat Build by Lil Wayne. Every single word.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about that Kanye West and Jay-Z song where they're in Paris?
Oh,
what's it called? What is the name of it? I remember. Someone's in Paris. Who is in Paris?
I don't know who's in Paris.
Who went to? No, you know who's in Paris.
I don't know who's in Paris.
Who went to Paris? Kanye and Jay-Z were in Paris. I think
it's Good Friends. Good Friends in Paris.
No, it was Good Music. No, but
all right, your question. Hottest dictator? This is just so not a question for me.
Well, you can answer that, or you can tell me who was in Paris.
You want to get me canceled and just have that on a list like Joe Rogan?
Either way, you're fucked.
Putin, I guess.
Putin? Is that just because he's the only one you could think of?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right, that's fair. I figured that was going to be it. What is the weirdest or most unexplainable thing that you have ever had happen to you? Okay, so the weirdest or unexplainable thing that happened to me that goes along with the Matrix thing you were talking about. The day Michael Jackson died. Mm-hmm. Me and my brothers used to all share a room together. It was a room not much bigger than this one that we're in right now. And me and my brother Jack shared a bed. Jack's like 8 years younger than me. I was 13 at the time. We wake up in the morning, and there's a bird in the bedroom flying around our room. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. Jack is like not getting out from under the covers. I'm like 13. He's maybe 5. He's freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I called my grandmother for some reason, and she was like, "Be careful, because a bad, bird in the room is really bad luck." And she was like, "Careful what you do with it." My grandmother was this old black woman, very superstitious about things like that. And I was like, "There's no such thing as bad luck. I'm not getting any bad luck from this bird being in the room." I remember being annoyed that she was saying it'd be bad luck because she wasn't helping with the situation at all.
Where was she? Like 1-800 Grandma was gonna save the day.
I know.
Grandma,
yeah. I don't
bird.
know. I don't know what she was gonna do, but she wasn't helping.
Okay.
She was 3 towns over and didn't drive. Okay. So really, I just needed emotional support.
Okay.
And here I am fighting with her.
Your parents weren't home, or like?
No. Well, my dad was, but what was he gonna do?
Get the bird?
Yeah, he wouldn't hug me. Why would he touch the bird? Anyway, after swearing up and down that there was no such thing as bad luck, Michael Jackson died that night, and I blamed it on me.
The bird.
No, I blamed it on me saying there was no bad luck.
Because the bird.
Because I was, yeah. I was like, this is the worst bad luck ever.
Wow.
That was like,
I love that was the memory that came to mind.
Yeah.
It's very abstract and very you.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that Michael Jackson was a part of this question.
Well, I had to sneak him in somewhere.
You did a great job. All right. Are you good with that?
Yeah. I think so. I think that's a pretty good answer for off the top of my head. Senator. What say you? What are you laughing at? My question?
Just everything.
Oh,
okay. You have 1 hour before the nuclear missile lands. How are you spending your last day on Earth or hour on Earth?
You got 1 hour.
Okay.
This is a question everyone should think of because the likelihood of it increases every single day.
What's fucked up is that my answer to this is like find all the food and eat all the food and maybe find someone that I really like and my mom separately situated, like someone that I really like to be with. But like really my first thought, I want like a chocolate cake and I just want to eat the whole thing.
Are you going to cry? No. You look like you're going to cry.
No, but I just know in my heart of hearts, I would just want to eat all the food.
Yeah.
No reservations.
Yeah.
Maybe have someone that I really care about with me, eating all the food that also loves food as much as I do, just to be like, this is the best thing ever. Like, fuck everything.
You think you could be able to eat for an hour?
Not an hour straight, but I would like to at least indulge heavily.
Sounds like you spend your last hour on Earth nauseous. Best comedy advice you ever got? Bad English?
I wrote got and I was like received and I was like fuck it.
I asked when I think of like the most impactful moment where I got advice. I mean, Rich Brooks gives me advice consistently every single time I talk to him where I'm just like, man, I'm glad I have you in my corner. Same for Eric and Gladys Simon, and so many others. But the best advice I ever got was from Jerry Seinfeld, where like it was a Q&A at Gotham once, and I asked, what did you do after your worst bomb? And he was just explaining that there's comedians are always looking for how do you move up, how do you get more work, and the answer is to just do the work. And that's what I think of all the time. Like the 3 words that are just in my head are just 4 words. Just do the work.
Okay, you include just.
Yeah. Or the just is important though, because the just stops excuses, and it pulls the balloon back down to reality. We're just like, just do the work. Just do the work.
Yeah.
Just do the work. Now I'm doing a commercial read. Just do the work. Just do the work. Just do the work.
Wait,
just do the work.
Have you ever seen
4
the
different
movie
reads.
Spanglish?
No, but I know what it is.
I won't murder you at this then.
I hate when people do that. You know what I hate? When people are like, you ever see this? And you're like, no. They're like, oh, I got to show you the clip now. And they're watching you watch it, and I hate it.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen it, I won't. I'll tell you about it later.
It's like getting a human forward message. Yeah, tell me about it later. Yeah. Off the air. Yeah, this time is precious.
I won't murder everyone. Yeah. But now that's really beautiful.
Yeah, just do the work.
Just do the work.
That's how I feel. Just do the work. That's what gets me out of bed every day. Just do the work. Mm-hmm. Even if I just like, if I really don't want to do something, I'm just like, I'll just do it for a minute, and then most of the time you consistently do it, but like trick your ego into doing it. Just do it. Do the work. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Which Kardashian could you fight, and which one would you tag in to help? Oh, easily. I could take Kourtney.
You think so? I feel like Kourtney fights dirty.
No, I think she only eats vegan foods and like organic.
Oh, then you could take her.
I think one punch to the face, she'd be down. And I would tap in Khloe easily.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. You always got to tap in Khloe.
Khloe would fucking...
You have to. Yeah.
Easy.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was going to...
Kendall looks thin, so I could probably
That's
fight
what
her.
I was going to say,
but
Kendall.
She's tall, and she's smart.
Honestly, though, Kendall, I feel like would fight dirty. And if I had to pick between her and Kylie, I would go with Kylie, because I don't feel like she's ever gotten her hands dirty, and she wouldn't know how to deal with a fight.
That's fair. But I think she'd be scrappy. I do.
Kylie?
Yeah.
She hangs out with a lot of rappers, so maybe.
Yeah. I think Kylie would know how to hold her own.
What is something everyone looks stupid doing? First thing that comes to mind is sex.
Okay, that's fair.
That's why I've never had a side mirror in my bedroom. People love it, and I'm like, I don't want to look at us doing it. I want to have a good time and enjoy it. I don't want to look at it. Just looks like something about it looks so feral. We're just like 2 monkeys on a mattress.
That's a good visceral reaction.
Yeah, the legs are all up everywhere. I mean, it could be very beautiful. It also could. I mean, it's not that it's bad. You just look stupid doing it. Also, hosting a comedy show. That's something people look very stupid doing.
Keep it going forward.
Yeah.
I feel stupid hosting.
The idea of starting a comedy show is very stupid and very weird. You're getting a group of strangers in the mood to laugh at the things that you're talking about mostly.
Right.
And then they have to pay for it. It's like a bad date. So I'd say hosting a comedy show and sex. Those are 2 things people look really stupid doing. But have so much fun while they're doing it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's something about that.
Fuck like nobody's watching.
And host.
Or if that's your kink, fuck like everybody's watching.
What about hosting?
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do comedy. That's the best advice I ever got. I want to take my answer back. When someone said don't do it, that's the best advice I got, and I just didn't listen.
Oh, man. Look, you did what I did, too.
Yeah. Or maybe I just ran out of questions. I did? Yeah, I did. Okay, well, those were mine. You still have a few more left. I guess we'll just breeze through them.
Yeah.
This camera's going to die soon
anyway,
great. So perfect timing. Favorite childhood memory? Day I got molested. You have 1 day left to live. How are you spending it? Very similar to the question that you asked me. I'm going to find the guy who molested me and murder him. Describe yourself in 1 word. Molested.
Stop it.
Do you want me to answer any of these seriously? I think I was on a
Keep
good...
ripping through it. It's fine. You can go back. How much time does that camera have?
I don't know. We're going to find out. 1 day left to live. How am I spending it? Telling the people that I love them. That's how I would say it.
That's beautiful.
And then the final boss would be murdering the guy that molested me. I don't even know if he's still alive anymore. I don't keep tabs on him. Maybe he died of COVID. A lot of people that did. Who knows? Describe yourself.
Long John Silver.
In one word.
Actually, answer this one. Not to hold you accountable to answering a question.
I guess I'd say resilient.
That's beautiful. That goes with the molestation.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something that was removed from that. But I don't give up. I don't give up. That's how would you describe yourself?
In one word?
Yeah. But I was like, there's something about Tori. But you're very, I love curiosity. I love when people are curious. And I always thought that was one of your, that's a word I would describe you as, but not the first one, but curious.
Fun and curious.
Yeah. And you're curious, you're hardworking, you're funny, and you're fun. And I'm glad that we crossed paths when we did, and that we were able to now do this podcast together.
1 year later.
1 year later.
It's beautiful.
Delta couldn't get us. Omicron couldn't get us. Here we are at the Bonding Podcast.
Bonding.
A great episode, by the way, too.
With Troy Bond and Troy Cole. Has a nice ring.
Troy Bond and Tori Cole. Cole World. Until next week, we'll have a guest.
Yeah, whoever that will be.
We have some good names.
Whoever's lucky enough to be with us.
Yeah, we will think of some good segments for...
and some good questions for them. We should throw questions at people like that.
Yeah. I'm ready for it. We'll put them in a hat.
I love it.
I love questions.
I love questions.
It's how we bond. And until next week, you little boys and girls.